Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Boomi How To. In this video, I'm just going to be going over how to set up client certificate authentication, specifically client certificate header authentication on your Boomi gateway. First thing you're going to want to do is navigate to your actual gateway. You can do this from API management, then configure your server, gateways. Then from your gateway, we go to client certificate auth. By default, it's disabled. If we're going to be doing client certificate header authentication, you can set that. And this will enable it. Once we click save, you're going to have to restart your gateway for it to actually take effect. As for the configuration, this is the header value that we're going to be sending, and then the value of the header or the header name, the header key. This is what we're going to be sending, and this is what the gateway will look for when validating the certificate. This can be whatever you want. I'll just leave it as this for now. The next one is the certificate auth required. This will set it at every API. So all the API requests will require this coming to this gateway, this certificate header. You could also set it as a per API level, so it doesn't apply to all of them by just disabling this. But we'll get into that in another video on how to set it up at a per API level. And then here we have the trusted distinguished names. This is actually what the gateway uses to verify the certificate. These values are from another certificate that I had before. We're not going to be using them. We're going to be creating a new cert for this video and then going over how to upload it and take find the distinguished names and actually pass it in Postman as an example. So to start, we're going to want to create our cert. We'll come over to the build tab and we'll create a new X509 certificate. We'll click generate. I'm just going to name everything support. Doesn't matter for this example. We can just use this for now. All right, so we have our demo support cert created. Get to save it. Next thing would be to export the public cert. That way we download it as a CRE file, but we want it as a RT file instead of a CER file. You're going to have to use a tool such as OpenSSL or some online tool to convert it. I'll do that now. It's honestly up to you which one you use, but let me go ahead and do that real quick. Okay, so once we have our certificate downloaded and converted to the CRT format, we can go ahead and open it up. So here we have it. It starts with the cert begin or begin cert and then ends with end cert. We can't take this certificate and just put it in the Postman. We have to URL encode it. You can do that within Boomi using a data process step with the search and replace just to remove any special characters, but or you can use an online tool. It's up to your preference. But I already did that. So we URL encoded special characters like spaces in the new lines. Right. So we have that URL encoded. The last thing we want to do is open our certificate, the CRT cert, and a tool you like Keystore Explorer. I have it on Windows. You can examine the cert here, your CRT cert. You want to look at what's in the subject and copy everything in there. So once you have that copied, we can come back to the gateway. And then for our distinguished names, you paste that in here. You need to paste everything that's in that subject line. You can't just post just the common name or just like the organization. It has to be everything in there for this to work. Right? So we updated that and we can save it. Let me refresh my page just to make sure that everything It's good. Looks like it had an issue saving. There we go. Refresh it again. Cool. And we can see it's updated. So now we can actually make the call. I have my postman set up over here for the actual call. So we're going to have to obviously add that header. We can take this, go to postman, paste it as a header key. Then we'll come back to where we have our certificate stored. We can't use this. Headers don't like new lines, and special characters like that. So we have to URL encode it. That's the whole reason we did that. So we can copy our URL encoded value, paste it here, send the request, and it works. Just to show you, if I don't send the header, you get a 401. And if I intentionally mess up the certificate, see, we still get the 401. Put that back and it will work. And this applies to all your APIs since we have the certificate auth required tool or setting enabled. But that basically goes over how to do it. Just to summarize, you need to have a CRT cert and you need the URL encode the value to pass it in your actual HTTP request. Then you need to use a tool like S or Keystone Explorer to look at the subject line for all of the values within here and then paste that into your distinguished names on the gateway side. And then you should be able to make the call. The main issue you might run into is just converting the CRE or the CER file from you download from Boomi if you're doing the Boomi cert to a CRT file. You can use OpenSSL or an online tool to do that. But that basically goes over how to set up the client certificate authentication within the header. Thank you for watching and have a great rest of your day.